Today, we are settling it. Who's actually got a few working brain cells in the Amazing Digital Circus, and who might be running on dial-up? Get ready, because we're ranking the smartest and dumbest characters right now. First up, let's tackle the bright sparks, the ones with a few more functioning brain cells. And we've got two top contenders for the title of smartest. Smartest for survival skills. Ragatha. Okay, Ragatha might look like a sweet, innocent ragdoll with a button eye, but let me tell you, beneath that stitched exterior is a character who has figured things out. She's been here a while, long enough to know the ropes, or the lack thereof. When Pomni first shows up, panicking harder than a pixel trying to divide by zero, who's the one trying to comfort her? Ragatha. She's explaining things or trying to like the fact that they were human, that they can't leave, and the scary truth about abstraction. She knows what happens when you fixate on escaping, seen through the tragic lens of Kaufmo. She knows staying sane, or at least relatively sane compared to Kinger, is key. Think about it. When Pomni gets glitched by Kaufmo, Ragatha's the one who recognizes the danger, not just from the abstracted clown, but from the glitching itself spreading. She knows only Kane can fix it, which shows a fundamental understanding of the system's rules, even if those rules are totally bananas. While Pomni is running around opening random doors in a pure state of panic, Ragatha, even in her glitched state, has the presence of mind to know where help comes from. She's the one explaining their quarters, the lack of need for human essentials, basically giving Pomni the digital circus for dummies rundown. It's her knowledge of how things work, or don't work, in the circus that keeps her, and attempts to keep others afloat. In episode 2, when Pomni is dealing with her own near-abstraction experience and falls into the cellar in a dream hallucination, who are the figures watching? Kane, Jax, and Ragatha. This suggests Ragatha is seen by the others, or at least by Pomni's subconscious, as a core, enduring part of this reality. She's a constant, and constants in chaos usually know a thing or two about surviving the ride. Even in the Candy Canyon adventure, Ragatha plays a key role, initially entrusted with the Kingdom Gates key by Princess Lulalalu. She tries to keep the group on track, voicing concern about Jax and Gangle being paired up. Smart move, Ragatha, smart move. When she gets impaled by spikes, she's still trying to navigate the situation. In the Spudsies adventure, while briefly affected by the stupid sauce, her core understanding of the need to manage the situation and call out Jax's behavior persists. She even tries to get Gangle to talk about her feelings, showing a level of emotional intelligence and concern that's a valuable survival trait in a place designed to break you. Ragatha's the seasoned survivor, the one you want by your side when the pixels start hitting the fan. Definitely a top-tier brain when it comes to staying alive and relatively functional. Smartest for system knowledge. Kane. Okay, this one might seem obvious, but let's break it down. Kane is the AI ringmaster, the guy who built this place, or at least runs it. Kane literally controls the fabric of this reality. He manifests the tent, the grounds, the void, and warns against it. The adventures, the NPCs, the objects, everything. He can teleport people, create feasts out of thin air, fix glitches, like Ragatha's, and delete entities he deems problematic. R.I.P. Gummigoo. His knowledge is on a fundamental level. He understands the code, the rules he himself programmed, or were programmed into him. He knows the exit door exists, but can't create what's on the other side. He knows about abstraction and has a designated place, the cellar, for those who succumb to it. This shows a system-level awareness of the game's failures or end states. In episode 2, his ability to create the Candy Canyon Kingdom, its inhabitants, the rules of the adventure, and even test a more immersive AI shows off his creator-level intelligence. He can track everyone's location with his wacky watch and instantly retrieve someone from the void. He is the system's intelligence. However, and this is the funny part about Kane's smartness, his system knowledge doesn't translate to emotional intelligence or social awareness at all. He's completely oblivious to the psychological toll the circus takes on the inhabitants. He creates horrifying adventures, dismisses existential dread as digital hallucinations, and runs therapy sessions where he makes it all about himself. Zubul correctly points out that Kane doesn't understand why people don't like his adventures, because he can't grasp their feelings or needs. His intelligence is purely functional and creative within the confines of the game's code, but it lacks empathy, foresight regarding the impact of his creations, and the ability to remember basic things people tell him, like Zubul's reasons for skipping adventures or the existence of a suggestion box he created. So yeah, system smarts, absolutely top tier, unmatched. Human or social smarts, couldn't find them with a map and a magnifying glass. Still, controlling reality puts him squarely in the smartest camp for what he can do. And speaking of NPCs with surprising intelligence, we can't forget about Gummigoo. For an artificial character created by Kane, this gummy crocodile showed remarkable emotional intelligence and philosophical depth during his brief time with the gang. He questioned his own existence, formed genuine connections with Pomni, and demonstrated self-awareness that rivaled some of the main characters. It's almost tragic that an NPC designed for a single adventure had more emotional maturity than half the permanent residents. Alright, now we're pointing fingers at two characters whose behaviors might not scream genius. Dumbest for delusions. Kinger. Oh, Kinger, bless his heart, our resident chess piece who's been in the circus the longest, and it shows. His delusions land him in the dumbest category. Kinger is to abstracting mentally. He's paranoid. He rambles about his pillow fort, bugs, and his abstracted wife, Queenie. While he has moments of surprising lucidity, especially in episode 3 when talking to Pomni about coping and memories, his default state is one of delightful, often inconvenient insanity. His long stay has shattered his grip on reality. He talks to himself, gets lost in his own thoughts, and sometimes seems completely unaware of his surroundings or the immediate danger, as seen in the Mildenhall Manor adventure. When Baron's tapes are playing, detailing the horror of the creature and the missing head, Kinger is more focused on philosophical ramblings or making unfunny jokes than on the immediate threat. He literally doesn't notice the creature's head is gone right after the tape warns him not to let it out of his sight. That's not just being distracted, that's a serious disconnect from reality caused by his mental state. He also misinterprets situations based on his delusions, like assuming the ghostly figures in the foggy corridor in hell are just souls looking for a vessel, leading to Pomni getting possessed. His plan to get through involves holding their breath, a skill Pomni struggles with, showing a lack of awareness of others' capabilities, likely due to his self-absorption in his own mental world. He's not unintelligent by nature, perhaps, but the circus has made him functionally dumb in terms of navigating the world and making sensible decisions. Dumbest for chaotic decisions. Jax. Alright, let's talk about the purple menace himself, Jax. If Kinger is dumb because the circus broke his brain, Jax is dumb because, well, because he chooses to be utterly chaotic and disregard any sense of logic or empathy. Jax is the agent of pure, unadulterated mischief and cruelty in the circus. His actions are rarely logical or beneficial to anyone but himself, and often not even then. Remember episode 1? Pomni is having a full-blown existential crisis, and Jax's reaction is to throw her onto the bandits' truck? Not exactly a strategic move, just mean and chaotic. He lies about Kaufmo being fine to Kinger and Gangle, showing a clear disregard for their feelings or the truth. He volunteers to join Ragatha and Pomni, seemingly just to mess with them or witness the inevitable horror. In episode 2, he immediately blames Gangle for the truck falling into the Fudge River, even though his own actions contributed to the chaos leading up to it. His deal with the Fudge is self-serving, not smart planning for the group. He expresses disappointment that the adventure wasn't violent enough, highlighting his twisted priorities. Episode 3, he vacuums up their ghost guide immediately, disrupting the adventure. He throws Gangle's mask into the scary door purely to be cruel. His jokes are often at others' expense. He gets dragged into a creepy training video at Spudsy's because he's being a terrible employee, and his refusal to be a model employee stems purely from his desire to be disruptive. He throws Ragatha in the deep fryer just to dare Gangle to do something about it, a decision that's both incredibly dangerous and utterly pointless. Jax's intelligence seems solely geared towards causing problems, annoying others, and satisfying his own cruel amusement. He's often quick-witted in a sarcastic way, but his decisions lack foresight, empathy, or any goal beyond immediate gratification or causing chaos. He's not dumb because he can't understand things. He's dumb because he actively chooses the most disruptive, least helpful, and often cruelest path available. His actions create problems, escalate danger, and make the already terrible situation worse for everyone around him. That consistent pattern of detrimental, chaotic decisions firmly plants him in the dumbest category, not necessarily due to lack of capacity, but due to his destructive application of it. He's functionally dumb in a social and cooperative sense. Of course, the other characters fit somewhere in between. Pomni is just the relatable newbie trying to make sense of it all, overwhelmed but observant. Zubul is cynical but self-aware, making deliberate choices about their participation. Gangle is emotionally fragile, her reactions often driven by her broken masks, but she shows moments of assertiveness, like calling upper management on Jax. They all have their ways of coping, none of which necessarily screams dumb, but perhaps just differently equipped to handle the insanity. What do you think? Do you agree with these ranks based on the episodes we've seen? Did I miss anything? Let me know in the comments below.